Hey everyone, if you can hear me, I am just sending out a link. All right, everyone, if you're with me, I'm just sending out some information so that everyone can join us here. And let's see. Okay, everyone, if you can hear me, I'm still here with you, just connecting to the line.
The only person in this conference.
Okay. Waiting, just giving a few more minutes. Because I just sent out the link, I want to make sure that everyone has a few minutes to join us also. Okay. And it's possible that someone's joining me on the line. I'm not sure yet. Again, just give me a few minutes before we get started on here. Okay. Hope everyone is enjoying this time and manifesting everything that you want. And hopefully, the weather is breaking for a lot of you and you're having a great day as well. I know that in some places, like on the East Coast, Southeast in particular, it's probably in the 70s and 80s now, which I am hoping to visit soon. But for now, I'm in another part of the country where it's kind of chilly, but it's okay. Celebrating being with friends and enjoying the time. So, okay. All right. Maybe I should go ahead and get started. And everyone can catch up with us and join in as we go along. So, all right. Let's see. Okay. All right, so you see it's still a little light outside, which is exciting for me. Love the sun and love to get out in the warm weather when I can. So it's nice to be able to do that. Okay. All right. So now let's get started with our webinar. All right. So welcome to the webinar. and it is how to manifest what you want in less than 1 minute with a little known trick that helps you to manifest almost instantly. So today I'm going to be talking about manifesting. Um, and so now I'm guessing first that this is not um, your first webinar for a lot of you. And so the first thing that I want to mention is that if you failed at manifesting in the past, it's not your fault. There's a lot of information out there and it can be confusing. Um, a lot of times the information overload might just be the thing that keeps you from success. You feel like you're maybe paralyzed even and can't see the forest for the trees. So there's so much, but that's okay. If you've been concerned in the past that you can't succeed with manifesting, I want to just put those fears to rest. You can do this. Um, Sometimes you just need the right person to explain it to you, and then it just clicks sometimes. Now, the big corporations, huge companies want you to think that maybe you need a lot of venture capital. You need some fancy degrees or certifications or something. I'm here to tell you that they're wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that. It's just not true. If you've ever thought the governments, the banks, the pharmaceutical industrial complex, whatever, they want you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. So want to keep you in debt, keep you in need. The difference with us is that we actually care about your success and we really want to see you live the life of your dreams. So that's what we're here for. We know you have a dream. You want to change the world, make a difference, just like we do, and make an impact. And I want to show you some ways that you can make it happen with this manifesting. All right. So goals, things that you can get out of this. So for someone who's a beginner, I want them to be able to, if I'm going into the three major secrets that we're going to talk about, the major key to manifesting that you're probably never told. And so for a beginner to have a major key right off the bat is amazing. That means you could go ahead and start manifesting, and you can get a lot of what you want up front. So what about for a person who's also for a beginner, for someone who's just starting out, they really haven't manifested a lot of things. What if you can start off fast, manifesting fast, and then just continue to pick up speed from there? And another thing, giving you the real reason why a lot of people don't get what they want, don't manifest what they want, so that you can know from the beginning as a beginner, someone who's just starting out, and you cannot do those things right. And then you can manifest what you want. So I think that's important. Another thing for a person, let's say you're intermediate, and for a beginner, maybe you have manifested one or two things, but not a lot. For someone who's intermediate, maybe you've manifested some things, other things you might not have gotten that far yet. So imagine that in this, you got the major key, right? You've been manifesting some things, you get a major key, and you can manifest even more. Or let's say you're looking at how to manifest faster. Isn't it nice to pick up speed if you've already been doing this and now you're doing it even faster? And then also for someone who's intermediate, if they're able to look at some reasons why some people don't manifest, avoid those things now, and then actually manifest the stuff that you want. So that's important, I think. Another thing for someone who's actually you know, manifested quite a few things. So maybe you would call yourself advanced. Um, to get a major key, again, it's still amazing and beneficial to get a major key. It's also great to pick up speed and manifest even faster, getting the things that you want, magnetizing the things that you want, pulling them into this dimension, this reality. And then also looking at some things that maybe you have been doing, other people have been doing, that has stopped you from being successful at manifesting and actually um, being able to improve your ability to manifest can be a great thing for someone who's advanced. So let's say, for example, you own a retail store and you want to get more people in, more customers in to buy your products. That could be something that this can help with, attracting more customers. Or let's say um, you're an employee and you want a better relationship with your boss. You want more money, you want to raise. Let's say you want the corner office, you've had your eye on that. That's something that you can also work on with this. Let's say you want more customers, you want more money, and you own a business. You can attract more people. You can attract a better relationship with your loved ones, or someone, a significant other, a partner, um, soulmate. You can attract twin flames. There's a lot of things that you could do with this. So there's just so much that you can do. So there's a lot um, with this law of attraction thing. You could do a lot with this. All right. So what about a reason why me, what qualifies me to be um, telling you about this? So my own story. First, I am a doctor of clinical psychology. I'm also a spiritual healer, and spiritual healer first, I would say, quantum spiritual healer, and have been doing this, researching law of attraction. Have read, I don't know how many books on the topic, and probably first got introduced to The Secret, and then also another book, which might not be lumped into the category of law of attraction, but it's still relative and relevant, I would say. Excuse me. It's God's creative power. Um, and so, but for me, since I would say 2007, I want to say 2007, got introduced to it. And for me, so I'll give you a little bit about my story and why I believe that I can use and you can use the law of attraction, spiritual work, to accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. So, um, in my experience, so my mom had health issues, and we started actually playing around with the law of attraction, spiritual work. And like I said, probably, I want to say '08, '09, and she had issues with her breathing. Um, and so my mom was on oxygen. She got on oxygen, I want to say it was 2000, 2001. And my mom, so she started smoking when she was probably, she said the first time she touched a cigarette, she tasted one when she was around 11 years old. And so imagine she's in her 50s, 50 something, and they tell her lungs, and of course, I begged her as her kid, I begged her to stop smoking. She would cough herself unconscious. And so I begged her to stop smoking. In 2000, 2001, they told her she would have to quit smoking. She should quit smoking and put her on oxygen. So she was on oxygen, and she quit cold turkey. She smoked for 40 some years, and strongest woman that I have ever met, to just quit overnight like that. But she did, because her life was everything to her. It was so important for her to live as long as she could. And so um, it gave us more time. So we would play around, like I said, with this law of attraction, the spiritual work. She would have, let's say, she had diabetes, she had hypertension, she had things going on. She had, like I said, the breathing problem. So her numbers would be up for her, hypertension, blood pressure. We would do our thing spiritually. And next thing I knew, you know, she got a much lower reading on her cuff to check the blood pressure. Um, Reading the same on diabetes, the numbers were up for blood sugar levels. We would do our spiritual thing and the numbers would come down. So we had evidence, from scientific measurements that she was benefiting from the spiritual work that we were doing. And so whether it's, someone might have an ache or a pain, or she had breathing problems, she would have, she would be worried and stressed a lot. And that would improve things like that with the spiritual work that we were doing. Um, and so we got to a place where, like I'm saying, we were benefiting a lot from doing the spiritual work. And at some point, I want to say it was 2010, between 2000, 2008 and 2009, let's say. Um, Her health took a turn for the worse, and my sister, and again, now mind you, I was at a private practice in Chicagoland and was had hospital privileges, so I was working part-time at the hospital and also at the private practice. And so and I had started at this private practice. I was excited, and if I have time, I can tell you some things that happened there, with the law of attraction, with the spiritual work, um, that gives more evidence, of how amazing it is. So so I was kind of torn with this practice, because on the one hand, I was really excited. I came in, the practice owner at the time had said, um, he wanted me to take over 5 years, 10 years is what he said. And I was like, well, that's a long time, but I was super excited because I'm thinking, well, this is great. I can take over his practice. But the thing is, what he was paying, he later told me, when I asked him, why did he leave the place where he was, where he started out with another practice owner when he first began in it, he said, I would never make more than what he was paying me. And so he was pretty much doing the same thing to me that was done to him. And so I was kind of torn. I didn't, I just didn't think that it was right. It didn't sit right with me. So, but I was working at the private practice, building my clientele, working at the hospital part-time, and my mom's health took a turn for the worse. So she was, having problems with going to it. It was like problems with kidneys. She had problems like going to pee, basically. She couldn't go to the bathroom. She wasn't sleeping. She couldn't lay down to sleep. She wasn't breathing right. Um, and my sister said she wanted to take her to the hospital. And, my mom was worried. She was scared, rightly so. And so she she ended up taking my mom. She said she was going to take her, and I said, okay. Um, and she, they gave her something to relax her. And when they did, it was something that we found out later suppressed lung functioning. And she ended up it almost took her under. And so she ended up in the hospital. And, at that point, my sister had told me when she was in the hospital, she's not doing good, you should come. And I said, okay, well, let me, try to get some rest. And I'll try to come. And she wasn't, she said she wasn't doing good, you should come. And I said, okay, well, let me get some rest. I was tired and I hadn't really slept. And I said, I'll come, tomorrow. And so she said, okay. And after the first time she called, I packed my stuff. And I don't know about you, if you try to eat healthy and things like that, but I do. I like to think that sometimes when you travel and you go to other people's homes, they don't have the utensils or they don't have the dishes and things like that. You might want to cook your food in separate pots and things like that. And so what was going on was I was eating at that time. I was vegetarian, so I was trying to be more healthy and with the things that I was eating. And so ended up just preparing a lot of my meals before I got there, so I didn't have to worry about cooking or anything. So I got that ready, packed my clothes, and I said, okay, I'm going to try to take some rest before I go. And I'm laying down. Of course, I couldn't sleep because I'm worried about my mom anyway. And I was about 4 hours away from her. She was in the hospital. Next thing I know, my sister is calling again, second call she made to me. I was on the road and I got there, and of course, I was worried about my mom because, like I said, that what happened with her almost took her under, almost killed her. And so I ended up staying there. So as she was in intensive care ICU, she ended up being in there like the first couple of weeks. She was up and down, talking to the doctors. They're telling us, well, we don't know what's wrong. And she's not improving. So I said, all right. I talked to my friend about it, and I was saying she's not getting any better. And, of course, first person I talked to about it was God. And I said, well, I know that, from scripture, if you're, thinking biblical, if when it comes to scripture, it says that Jesus couldn't heal except, people had faith. So I thought, okay, these physicians can't heal unless we believe that they can do it. So let me try to believe in them. So I said, all right, I'm going to give them a couple weeks, see what they can do, because if we don't believe, they're not going to be able to do anything. I said, let me just, trust. Let me just try to have faith for a couple weeks. And if it doesn't work in a couple weeks, we got to come up with another plan. And so we ended up waiting for the 2 weeks. She was up and down, not getting any better. We're talking to them. They're saying we basically what they often say, always say probably, but usually say is they don't know. Talked to the ER resident, and he said, well, we don't know. It was an internist. We don't know. We just treat something. And if it responds, then we think that that's the thing. And I'm thinking, this is what you do. So anyway, so I said, okay. I talked to God about it. I talked to my friend and I said, because this was the first time I can say that it was something I couldn't do anything about it, and I had to put it in God's hands. There was nothing I could do. The doctors were saying they don't know what's wrong. There's nothing they could do. No one could do anything. We wanted to move her to a different hospital that we thought was better. They wouldn't let us. And so we were upset about that, but we said, all right, we got to come with a different plan because this is not working. They called me once 2, 3 in the morning thinking that I wouldn't be awake. I think, and they said, "Do you want to move her?" And we said, "Yes." They had a bed open. I said, "Yes." Of course, they came back and said, "Oh, no, it turns out they don't have a bed." And I think what they were trying to do is say, well, they had a bed come open, but we tried to get you and you weren't, responding. I was in her room, sleeping in her room in the hospital most of the time. So I would just say, just walk over me, look over me. I'm not leaving. And they knew, so I would spend most of my week at the hospital with my mom. And then the rest of the time I'd go back, work at the hospital, see my clients at the private practice. And um, so at the end of that 2 weeks, she hadn't gotten any better. I said, all right, I'm going to have to put it in God's hands. So I talked to my friend, like I said, and I, said, I'm going to have to trust God. She said, yeah, you are. So I did. I said, God, I know you can do it better than anyone can. And put it in God's hands. And after she was in there for a month, after that, it was, that was Friday. She was ready to go home Sunday night. That's how fast God turned it around. After the doctors are telling us, you almost lost her 3 times. Ask us, do we want to bring the chaplain in? I said, you could bring the chaplain in. She's coming home with us. It was just terrible. And so we ended up being able to my mom went home, like they wanted to keep her overnight again. So she went home Monday. And it was a bad, while she was there, it was just a bad situation. But what happened to me is nothing short of a miracle. After a month, they couldn't do anything. Nothing was turning around. All of a sudden, I put it in God's hands and it turned around. Within 2 days, she was ready to go home. And so I know if that can happen with my mom, who they said we almost lost her 3 times, then I know that it can happen for you in your situation. So there's so many different things that have happened for me. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about others, because maybe you think, well, it's you. Maybe you gotta be, experienced with this. Maybe you have to have a lot of experience with this, but it's not the case. So I have a friend whose daughter is, at the time, she was 5, 6, something like that. And it was her daughter, and she took her daughter. She went to nail salon. They're gonna get, a pedicure, manicure, something like that. And her daughter's saying she wants this purse there at the salon, and she's saying, no, you're not getting the purse. We came to get the nails done, and that's it. And the lady actually, excuse the noise. Gonna have to turn this off. But so the lady ended up giving her the purse for free. That's an example of something. So, and then, another example. So she went to the grocery store. Maybe you're thinking, okay, it's a little girl. She's in a nail salon. But so put yes in the chat if you want to get free stuff at the nail salon. That would be fun, right? You would, to get free stuff at the nail salon. So I had this other example. So she said she and her daughter were in the store. It was around Mother's Day, and Mother's Day, you're supposed to get something from mom, but her daughter's saying, I want a balloon, she says. And she's telling her, no, you're not getting a balloon. It's Mother's Day. It should be something for me. She ended up saying the lady in the store gave her daughter 3 free balloons. But so maybe you're thinking, okay, well, yeah, she's a cute kid, and maybe, she's giving her something in the store, because heard her asking for it. So she said that she was playing scratch off tickets for her mom, and she put too much money in the machine. Her daughter's there, and she let her daughter randomly pick some tickets. Her daughter ended up winning on the tickets. So that's a machine, right? It's neutral, objective. There's nothing you think there's nothing you can do, right? It's just a machine. So she had another example where her daughter, it was her birthday. She let her daughter pick scratch off tickets, and she ended up winning, I think, $20 or something like that. And so ended up winning more money than that over time. But it's just an example of someone, she's a kid, she doesn't really have a lot of experience with this, and she's able to win on, scratch off tickets. And so maybe you're thinking, okay, well, maybe it's just lucky, but twice she won on the scratch off tickets, and she doesn't know, anything much about scratch off tickets. So, so I have another example from her daughter. So she said they're walking through the mall, and her daughter says she wants a talking unicorn, and she's telling her daughter, okay, talking unicorn. It's, they don't have any talking unicorns. She's walking through the mall. She said next thing she knows, she runs into this place where she can actually get a talking unicorn. And so it's just an example of something where she's a kid, she doesn't really have a lot of experience, and yet she's, she got a talking unicorn. So it's just another example of something that she was able to do, getting a talking unicorn. So, and maybe you think, well, maybe it won't work for me because I don't have a lot of faith in this, because I haven't done this a lot. So I had a client who actually had never done this before. She didn't know anything about the law of attraction, and so she wanted this. So I asked her, "What do you want?" She said she wanted this bench, sort of like a bench that she could put at the foot of her bed. And I said, okay, well, what's the price? Because she said, well, the price is $100 right now, and she didn't want to pay that much for it. So I said, name your price. She said, maybe 35. I said, okay, so don't worry about it. Just look for it. Next thing you know, she says, the next week, I said, just don't worry about it. Just watch. It's going to pop up. Next week, she comes in and she says, guess what? I got my price that I wanted for this, this bench. So, but she said, but I don't really want to pay for it. So she ended up actually getting her partner to pay for it. She didn't have to pay for it. Even at the price that she wanted, she didn't have to pay for it. So that's just another example of, it's amazing what you can do, getting the thing that you want. So I'll give you another example. So I had another lady who she went to church and she believed in God, and my client, and she ended up, she went to get a dog. I think she rescued a dog, and the dog was just acting up, and she's saying, I don't understand, because maybe you think, right, it couldn't work with a pet, right? Pets don't understand. So she said the dog was, not using its wee pad, to, she was trying to potty train the dog. It wouldn't go number 2 outside. And she was saying, I don't understand it. She started using the spiritual techniques. Next thing she knew, the dog was being obedient. Whereas, before it was acting up, it was running around, it would pee in the corner. Then it started using the wee pad. It started going number 2 outside. And it was, like the model dog. She was saying, I can't believe, but it did. It did happen. She had another negative experience with neighbors, where the neighbors were not, they were being loud, they weren't being quiet. And she was saying, I don't want to say anything to the neighbors. I don't want to be, a bad neighbor, and like take my broom and knock on the ceiling with it and tell them to shut up. And so she started using this techniques that I told her to use. Next thing she knew, she was telling me, like within a week or so, the neighbors are quiet as a mouse. Every time I do this, they get quiet. It's like they're hearing me, but they can't hear me. I'm not saying anything directly to them. So it's just another example. Um, and maybe you think, well, it's something outside of me that's stopping me. Um, and okay, right. Well, it's not gonna work with money because I want money, and that's not gonna happen with me. So I had a sister, my oldest sister, she was saying, I don't understand why, she was talking to me and saying, I don't understand why I can't get the job that I want. I can't get, the stuff that I want. And I was saying, just, you know, every time we talk about this, that things change, that things start happening, God starts moving things. So, doing our spiritual work, and she was saying she couldn't find a job that she really liked that would pay her decent money. She was going to take on a job where she was, dealing with hazmat and exposing herself to radiation that was unsafe. And I told her, and she was upset and saying, why can't you support me? You're being negative. And I was saying, no, you don't need to expose yourself to radiation. It could kill you, basically. So next day, that morning, after she was saying she, can't get, the money she wants, can't get the job that she wants, next day she won the lottery for $500. And also within that week, she ended up getting a position. She got her, basically was running her own business as an independent contractor. And she was made the best money that she, you know, had made. They thought the world of her, really depended on her. And it was one of the best things that had ever happened to her. And so, again, that was from doing the spiritual work. And again, I'll tell you another money story. So, my friend was having some issues with her baby's dad, and he didn't want to pitch in, didn't want to help her. And she's saying, I don't understand why this is happening. I told her, about, God will take care of it. We were doing our spiritual work. Next thing you know, she got a $25,000 raise on her job, and it was retroactive. So it was for the current year and the next year. And so it's just an example, like $5,000 that she brought in from using these techniques. Um, and so from, people who don't believe, my clients who had no idea what this was, it was just, amazing. It's amazing to see all these things happening. So I had an experience I can tell you about as well. I was driving along and I wanted to manifest this thing. I was driving along, listening to music, feeling good, having a good time. Next thing I know, in less than a minute, I manifested this thing that I wanted to manifest. And so it's amazing. I can just tell you so many different stories from things that have been manifested, from using these techniques. And so you've seen an example of health issues that have been helped with this. And my mom, by the way, my mom ended up going home with us, like I said, that Monday. Now my mom lived 2 more years after that. And I wasn't ready to lose my mom at the time that she was in the ICU, but it was just, devastating what happened to her. And to see it turn around was a miracle for us. After a month, doctors couldn't do anything. God turned it around. And Sunday, she was ready to go home. So it's just amazing. Um, but so I had a friend. She had pain in her side for 2 weeks, and she was saying, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's going on, but I'm having this pain. Next thing we knew, she was, I told her, something to use. Next thing, she was pain free and never had the pain again. Also, she had a situation where she had high blood pressure, hypertension, and I was telling her this technique to use before she went to the doctor because she said, they take my blood pressure before I get in the door good and sit down and take my coat off, jacket off. So I told her this technique to use. She said it came down in the normal range for the first time in a year. it had not been in the normal range for a year. So it's just an example. There are so many different things that I can share with you. And so I had another client, because maybe you think money, will tell us a little bit more about money. So I had a situation with a client where she wanted to move to another place that would be closer to, you know, where she wanted to actually do the work that she was passionate about. She wanted to quit her full-time job, but she was saying, I'm not sure if I could quit the full-time job and do it. She ended up going, and when she did, she got this, she got this, flood of clients coming in. She ended up being able to move, she quit her job, full-time job. She didn't know if the business would be able to pay the bills and sustain, you know, things for her and her kids. So she ended up quitting her job, she got approved, her income was, well over the amount needed to move into this luxury place that she wanted to move into. And she's been thriving, getting more clients that she knows what to do with. And it's, from an amazing, it's from doing these techniques that we've been talking about. Another example. So my sister, I was doing this book, doing some spiritual techniques with this book, more like a workbook. And I was praying, for financial abundance. She was praying at the same time. She called me up, and she didn't know that we were praying at the same time for her financial abundance. She called me up and she said, guess what? I don't know how it happened. Out of the blue, $5,000 came off of my credit card debt. And I'm like, what? And she said, yes. And I said, well, we were praying at the same time. She didn't know it. And so you've seen examples of, you don't have to be very experienced. You don't have to have a lot of faith. You don't have to have a family history of gurus, because, people who have done law of attraction, because my clients, some of them hadn't heard of law of attraction at all. Don't have to have a lot of experience. You can see, and maybe, like I was telling you with my sister, maybe you think, well, people around you, what if they don't believe? So her friend or male friend was saying, he didn't believe that it was happening, that it was going to be. And next thing she knew, she got 5,000 off of her credit card debt. And maybe you've had a negative experience. You think, well, what about turning around a negative experience? So for me, I had an experience where I had spoken with someone that I really care about, and they didn't tell me the truth during this conversation. And I did my spiritual techniques, and I said, this can't be, that my spiritual techniques. And next thing I knew, next time I talked to him, I think it was within a couple of months, he said exactly the thing that I knew he should say, that, if he was being honest, he said the thing I knew he should say. He was, completely open. It was like he had never said the thing that he said before. And it was just, one of those experiences. Everything got turned around. And that was from him, from me using the techniques and, doing the spiritual work. God turned it around. And what about relationships, right? What about romantic relationships? So my niece had said, well, she was worried that this guy that she liked wouldn't contact her again, as he'd been out of touch with her. And I told her techniques she could use. And she said, well, how long is it going to take? And I said, it doesn't have to take that long. Actually, probably can happen the same night, the next day. She did this technique, and he got in touch with her after a while. He got in touch with her after, I think it was the next night, he got in touch with her, and she was like, she couldn't believe it. It was another situation. It was a guy again. And she ended up, she was worried. She was like, well, he's not going to be in touch with me. Next thing she knew, he was in touch with her, maybe within a week, couple weeks. And so it's just, there's so many different things that you can do. So now that I have shown you that you can use this, the law of attraction, spiritual techniques, spiritual work, God will turn things around for you. Now you can see that it could work for anything with you, whether it's money, love and relationships, work, attracting clients. I had a client who said that she hated the job that she was in, and she did some spiritual techniques, and next thing she knew, I think within a couple weeks or something like that, she ended up getting a new job. So it's just an example. There's so many different examples, things that I can share with you. You heard about the health situation. You heard about someone who doesn't really have a lot of experience. She's 6, 7 years old, and she was, manifesting things with this. So there's a lot that you can do with this. And it's just amazing to see, health issues, things turn around with this money, clients, business, all these things. And so I've shown you now first a major key to manifesting that you probably haven't heard of, and specifically believing. I've also shown you how to increase the speed of your manifestations, and part of that can be emotions. Your emotions are so powerful. And then the real reason that some people don't manifest what they want, and that's doubt. So now that I've shown you these three things, I want to talk with you about an offer that I have for you. Is it okay for me to talk with you about this? If you'll put yes in the chat, if it's okay for me to talk with you about this, or say yes on the line, that would be great. So I hear a yes. I hear a yes. So let me first ask you a question. If you followed what I showed you in secret number 1, and you used the key to manifesting that you're probably never told, and then you did what I showed you in secret number 2, and you increased the speed of your manifestations, then you did what I told you in secret number 3 to find out a major reason why some people don't manifest. You avoided doing that and you manifested. Do you think that you could be successful with manifesting? Put yes in the chat if you think you could be successful doing these things. Or say yes on the line. Okay, great. All right. So now let me ask you another question. How many of you are excited about what we just talked about? Yes, put yes if you're excited about what we just talked about. Put yes if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, right? There's a lot going on, a lot of information coming at you. So, it's impossible to show you everything within the 60-minute presentation, but I try to cover as much as possible to give you information about these three things, these three secrets that I shared with you. So I created the special package. So now I said I would talk with you about the special package. And so I want to go over that, take a few minutes and go over that. So first, it is a 11-week course, and it's focused on you getting the things that you want. Manifesting the things that you want in your life. And so week number 1, we're going to cover, all right, how to get what you want. And that's valued at $2,100. All right. If you could see this, hopefully you could see this. How to get what you want. And you can see valued at $2,100. But during that first week, we would cover, and actually it's an 11-week course, but it's condensed into 7 weeks. So you're getting what you want. It's just all coming at you faster. But how to get what you want. So it's focused on, helping you to use these techniques, learn these techniques so you can get what you want. That's week number 1. Now, week number 2, Secrets to Creating Wealth, and it's valued at $43.75. And that is, so it's a bunch of secrets, 25 to be exact. 25 secrets, but it's a whole bunch of secrets that can help you to create the wealth that you want in your life. And so it's going to be week number 2. Now, week number 3, it's going to be, we're going to focus on how to use visualizing images to manifest what you want. And that's valued at $175. And now for these values, I can say that actually, cut the price for these things because I want to give it to you in a way that's affordable. And I want you to be able to get the information so that you can create what you want in your life. All right. So now week number 4, how to feel good. And that's valued at $175. You can see. Okay. And then it's the power of your feelings, like I was talking about already during this presentation, the power of your emotions, your feelings to manifest things, pull things into reality that you want. Week number 5 is the breakdown of the secret of secrets. And that's valued at $525. You can see that. All right. And that's the secret of secrets. Just when you thought you had all the secrets, no, you don't. This is the secret of the secrets. What will actually help it to work. All right. Number 6, week number 6 is 28-day process breakdown. And it's valued at $434. And now if you can see that, yes. So the 28-day process can be used for those things that you feel like they're big ticket items. Maybe it's a home, a luxury vehicle, a house, things like that you think, okay, well, maybe it might take a little bit longer to manifest some of these things. So that's, the 28-day process breakdown. And then there is week number 7, secrets to boost your manifestations even more. Just when you thought you had all the secrets, that one's valued at $350. And it's more secrets to help you boost your manifestations. And if you thought I was done, I'm not done. Bonus. So bonus number 1, right? It's a 30-day process valued at $350. Now it's different than the 28-day process because it's actually focused on you cutting out the fluff, focusing on, being laser focused on the things that you need to focus on in order for you to get everything that you want. All right. So again, that's valued at $350. And then bonus number 2, activities checklist. And this is valued at $959. And this is going to turbo boost your manifestation so you can get the things that you want. And that's bonus number 2. So just when you thought you were right? Picking up some speed, manifesting, you're going to manifest even faster. All right. And bonus number 3, it's the book list valued at $350. And remember, I was telling you that I read a number of books. I don't know. I probably have read over 100 books on this topic. There's really no telling how many books that I've read, but that's the book list. So you don't have to look here, there, and everywhere to find the books that you need. You can focus on these books, get what you need out of those books, and start manifesting the stuff that you want. All right, bonus number 4, some recordings that you need to listen to. And these are the specific recordings that you need to listen to in order to manifest the things that you want. There's the bonus number 4, and it's you're not looking here, there, and everywhere. You know specifically where to look to find the things that you want, and you can get what you need out of this. All right, now the total value for this, as you can see, 10,143, and it took me 10 years to master it. So it's all my blood, sweat, and tears, all the time that I took away from family and loved ones in order to create this for you so that you can have the information that you need. All right. And so you can see again the 11-week course, and it's condensed into 7. And so again, let's just go over it again quickly. Week 1, how to get what you want, valued at $2,100. And that one is giving you step by step what you need to do to get what you want, valued at $2,100. And then week number 2, we would cover the secret to creating wealth, secrets to creating wealth, 25 secrets, valued at $43.75. And that's helping you get all the secrets, all the tea on how to create the wealth that you want in your life. And then week number 3, how to use visualizing or images to manifest, and it's valued at $175. And that one, I actually feel like I reached a new level. I got to a point where I was visualizing. Next thing I knew, it was like I was sitting and I feel like something pulled me back. Next thing I knew, I was visualizing what would be me being at the movies. And I saw, the movie, if anyone is a Marvel fan, Spider-Man, No Way Home. I was visualizing that movie. That's what was happening. And it was amazing. So I got more powerful as I did that every day. And so it's something that you can use every day to continue to manifest the things that you want in your life. All right. And then week number 4, how to feel good. And that's valued at $175. And this is the value of your emotions, your feelings, to reach through time and space and pull things into your reality that you want. And then the next week, week number 5, the breakdown of the secret of secrets, valued at $525. And that's focused on the secret of the secrets, right? You thought you had all the secrets. No, this is the secret of the secrets. Again, the 28-day process breakdown, valued at $434. And that one, for your bigger ticket items that you think might take me a little bit more time to do this. And you can use that 28-day process to manifest the luxury vehicle, the home, the mansion, even the business. There are a lot of things that you can do. Another thing, and this is now number 7, secrets to boost your manifestation. And that one's valued at $350. And this is more secrets. Just when you thought you had all the secrets, right? It's more secrets to boost your manifestation. All right, bonus number 1, again, a 30-day process valued at $350, and that one is focused on getting you laser focused to manifest the things that you want. Cut out the fluff, cut to the chase, do what you need to do. All right. And number two, bonus number two, the activities checklist. And that's a checklist to turbo boost your manifestation valued at $959. Bonus number three, the book list valued at $350. And then bonus number four, the recordings, $350. And the recordings, the book list, the recordings, you're not looking here, there, and everywhere. I'm giving you the secrets. I'm giving you the things that you really need to focus on and look at so that you can, get your mind where it needs to be and manifest the things that you need. And the total value, again, is $10,143. And then plus the 10 years plus that I've put into creating this for you so that you don't have to do this. All right. And so now the total cost for this, right? And you're thinking, okay, $10,143. I might not be able to afford that. But what if I gave you this price? It is $1,750, right? 11 classes, even one session off. So $1,750, 11 classes. And you can contact me 571-355-0753. Again, that's 571-355-0753. Or you can email me, WHOLE, WHOLE, the letter U, the number 7 at gmail.com. Again, that's WHOLE, the letter U, the number 7 at gmail.com. And you can PayPal me if you want to pay for the first session up front, or you want to pay the full amount, $1,750. You can PayPal stack79 at hotmail.com for the 7-week course. Stack79 at hotmail.com for the 7-week course. And you can put in the description 7-week course. You can also visit www.wholeu7.com/accelerated_manifesting. Again, that's www.wholeu7.com/accelerated_manifesting. If you want to get the instructions from my website on how to sign up for this course. And for a limited time, it's going to be $1,750. So if you sign up while we're doing this, by midnight tonight, you can get this course for $1,750. All right. So, and again, you can call me 571-355-0753. Again, that's 571-355-0753. You can also email me, WHOLE, the letter U, the number 7 at gmail.com. Again, that's WHOLEU7 at gmail.com. Or you can PayPal me, stack79 at hotmail.com. And in your description, you can put the 7-week course. You can also visit www.WHOLE, the letter U, the number 7.com/accelerated ACCELERATED_MANIFESTING, accelerated_manifesting. So, all right. So now we've gone over these things, and maybe you're thinking, well, I can't get started because I don't have all the money up front. Well, remember, you could pay for one session at a time on PayPal, or you can pay all at once if you like to pay all at once, so then you know you're committed for this class. for this course so you can manifest the things that you want. And as a part of your package, remember, you're going to get that bonus, the checklist, so you can turbo boost your manifestations and get the things that you want. You're going to get that, the bonus, the book list. You're going to get the bonus videos, recordings that you need to listen to or watch, so you don't have to look here, there, and everywhere. So it's a truly irresistible offer. And it's, when I was first figuring this stuff out, again, I'm telling you, it took me 10 years to put it all together. And you don't have to go through that. You don't have to wait 10 years. You have access to it right now. I ran into roadblocks and things like that. There are times when I wasn't consistent and it set me back. But for you now, you have the benefit of all of my knowledge and experience. You have examples of other people who have actually been successful with this, and seeing that it's been successful with, from health to money to relationships. It's just an amazing thing. And you can use it, I believe, for anything. There's nothing that I've seen I haven't been able to use it with to get everything that I want. And I've spent, so much money, so much time, getting different information, books, things like that, in order to get here. And you don't have to go through all that. I've already got a proven system for manifesting, so you can use everything that I have. There's no trial and error for you. You don't have to spend time away from your family, studying, traveling, spending more money than you need. So you don't have to do all of that. So when you invest today, again, you get this price, $17.50, right? For this 11 weeks condensed into 7 weeks for the course. And you can see, again, you can call if you want to take action right now. It's 571-355-0753. Again, 571-355-0753. You can also email wholeyou7@gmail.com. You can also go to the website, www.wholeyou7.com/accelerated_manifesting to get the information that you need to manifest. All right, so special bonuses again, the book list. We are talking about the recordings. We're talking about the list that you could use to turbo boost, and also that 30-day process that we were talking about to help you get laser focused on what you need to do to manifest what you want in this life, in this dimension, in this reality. So you don't need to search here, there, and everywhere. You have it all right here with me. You don't have to go through the pain and suffering, staying away from your family, spending more money than you should. If all this package did was allowed you to manifest, let's say, a luxury vehicle, big ticket item, one big ticket item, right? Because the luxury vehicle could be between $80,000 and $350,000, depending on what you want, right? Would it be worth $4,500 even? That's, not even half of the $10,143 that the value is, right? Yes. Put yes in the chat if you believe it would be worth it. If you just got the one big ticket item, if you just got the luxury vehicle. So obviously I'm not charging you the $4,500. As you can see, I'm charging you $1,750, but it would be worth it. Yes. So I had two choices. I could go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many of these things as possible, but then that would mean I can't put as much value, as much time, energy into it as I would like to. So I went with the second option, which is maybe it's a little bit more expensive, still even less than the cost, regular cost of per session information. But that would mean a little bit higher investment on your side. I could put all the time and energy, more than you can expect. I can put it into this so that I could give you what you want. In exchange for that, you pay, a little bit more, but I'm giving you, as much as I can, as much bang for your buck as possible. So if you had success with the manifestation today, and let's say you were able to manifest another big ticket item, let's say you were able to get, I don't know, 5 clients, because for me, I'll give you another little story. I was able to manifest within a week. I was doing my techniques, was able to manifest 15, 16 clients within a week. And that was from using these techniques. And so the value of it is amazing, just from that. So now you could probably see why people would pay the 10,000 plus to do it, because, over time, you can make, that's worth more than $100,000 easily, for those clients in a year. So it's amazing. Um, so I've given you the cost. I've given you all of the material that will cover. I've given you the major secrets. And now you know you can give me a call if you'd like to sign up. Again, it's 571-355-0753. Again, that's 571-355-0753. You could also email me, wholeu7@gmail.com, wholeu7@gmail.com. You could visit wholeu7.com. If you want to pay for the first session, you can pay for that on PayPal. PayPal me at stack79@hotmail.com. And in your description, 7-week course. And you could also do accelerated manifesting course. I'll know what you mean. You could also go to wholeu7.com. /accelerated_manifesting. So now you have all the information that you need. So now, if you went to my regular website right now, you could get this for $5,000. But because you've invested this time, this energy with me, I want to give you the discount. So again, the price would be the $1,750. You hired a professional, you probably would pay $30,000 for all of this, because you're reaching in a lot of different places to get different things, the wealth creation, the 28-day process, or you're trying to get, the visualization. So there are a lot of different things that you might be doing and ending up paying so much more when you can get all the resources in one place, get through them quickly, and pay the $1,750. So at this point, you've got 2 choices. You can do nothing, and if you do nothing, you get nothing from this information that you've learned over the last hour. You get nothing. Or you could choose to take a leap of faith, test it out, and see if it'll work for you. So again, you can call me at 571-355-0753. 571-355-0753. You can email me, wholeu7@gmail.com. You can PayPal me at stack79@hotmail.com. The first session, $175, or the total, $1,750. If you want to do that, the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Even if it only does half of what I claim that it does, and you get a big ticket item that you can manifest for $5,000, $25,000, or $50,000, like my friend, it would be worth it, right? Pay for itself. Okay. So I've given you the information. I've given you the contact information from me. And so I'm hoping that you'll do yourself this service. You'll get started. You could be a dabbler, or you could be a doer. You could be a dabbler who makes excuses, who, let's say you're not a dabbler, right? You make excuses, you want to get out of it. You could be a doer. The doer, as a doer, would you say you would exchange money for results? Yes? If you would exchange money for results, meaning you would pay your money if you could get the results, say yes. Say yes in the chat or say yes on the line. All right, great. And so it's a wonderful opportunity for you to get the thing that you want. So let's say every month you have bills you need to pay. You got to make sure you get food. You got to get, a few items, maybe get your oil changed, this and that. And then you have money left over, right? And that money you could use for stuff that you don't need, right? Or you can use it for something like this that will actually bring you value. So what I want to do is help you to spend the money that you have left over, right, on things that you can benefit from. And so that's what you would be doing if you invested with me today. So if you get the money back, would it be worth it? Yes. But habits are hard to change. Sometimes you just want to have fun and you don't want to invest in your future. But wouldn't it be worth it if you get what you wanted? I think so. So I could leave this presentation, this webinar, and enjoy my evening. And I wouldn't have to worry. But it's not about me. It's about you. I want you to be not the dabbler who's making excuses and trying to get out of it. I want you to be the doer, to get the things you want out of life, to manifest, to magnetize the things that you want, to pull them into this dimension, this reality. I've been able to do so many things. And like I said, at the time that my mom went in the hospital, I wasn't ready to lose her. As far as that practice goes, I ended up leaving that practice because I knew the practice owner wasn't going to ever pay me more than, I was getting paid, and it wasn't fair. And he left, because it wasn't fair. So I ended up leaving. I'm able to do so many things, help so many people with their health issues, with money issues, with, businesses, building businesses, things like that. And it's worth it. There's so many amazing things, money, jobs, things like that have come out of this. And maybe the greatest manifestation was my mom's health, that God turned it around, that my mom was able to live 2 more years even after she was in ICU. They didn't know what was going on. They couldn't do anything. They told us there was nothing they could do. It turned around from Friday to Sunday when she was in there for a month and they couldn't do anything. It was a miracle. And so I encourage you to take part in this. So remember, we were talking about all the things that you could get. Just want to show you this again. So the first week, looking at how to get what you want, moving through secrets of creating wealth, how to use visualizing your images to manifest, and then how to feel good, using your emotions to reach through time and space and pull things in even faster, breaking down the secret of secrets, the 28-day process, secrets to boost your manifestations, and then the 30-day process bonus number 2, activities checklist to turbo boost your manifesting. Number 3, the book list, and number 4, then the recordings for you. And again, it's valued at $17.50. And for you, calling 571-355-0753, emailing wholeyou7@gmail.com. You can PayPal the first payment, sac79@hotmail.com. You can PayPal for the entire course. You can go to the website, www.wholeyou7.com/accelerated_manifesting, and join me for this course. No more excuses, right? You want to get started. You might be thinking, well, I'm not really sure. But if you want the results, if you want to get the things that you want and pull them into reality, this is a perfect opportunity for you. Okay, it might be scary for you, but when you see all the things that you can manifest, you can be amazed and really excited about what you can do. All right. So if you're still on the fence, now's the time. You can give me a call, 571-355-0753. You can email me, wholeyou7@gmail.com. Remember, if you sign up by midnight, you can still get this price, $17.50 for the 7 weeks, 11 weeks worth of content condensed into 7 weeks. So excited about working with you, about you manifesting the things that you want in this life. And so now I've given you all the information, and now it's on you. You have the information, you have everything you need, and you can sign up with me, and everything can change. It's up to you. It's your choice. The things that you've dreamed about, the things that you really want, the things that you're passionate about can come true. And this can help. All right, everyone. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you so much for investing your time and energy. I look forward to working with you in the near future. And I will talk with you hopefully very soon. Okay. Bye for now. Much love. And as always, happy lightning fast manifesting to you, family. All right. Bye-bye.